Hey guys, and welcome to this week's update video. We are going to cover a few updates that we pushed live this week, and you know how to use them. So let's go over to the first one, and the first one will actually be an update towards the Google Sheets integration. You are now able to insert custom variables inside of your Google Sheets, which will be populated inside your chatbot soon as that data has been fetched. So if we take a look inside of my Google Sheet, for example, for an FAQ question, you can see that under the FAQ description, I have a first name variable implemented, right? So the way to search for these variables is by going towards a single send message block, for example. And then from here, you will be able to, for example, say if we want to have the user's name, right? You will see the user's name variable listed down here. So the way to do this inside of Google Sheets is by inserting these names exactly as you see it here, but with underscores. So instead of user space name, you will have user underscore name. So that would look something like this. So this way, the system knows that once this variable has been fetched from Google Sheet, it will auto-populate inside of your chatbot. So if we take an example of a really simple flow that I set up, so let's just unfold this workspace, this canvas, and I'm going to import basically all the data from the Google Sheet. Then I'm going to make a choice for one of the quick replies, and then I should get a description. So let's choose the info on services, and then it should display these are our services mark instead of first name. So let's see if that actually works. So you have here the dynamic replies that have been fetched from the Google Sheet, but we wanted to test the info on services. So let's press this, and then we should see the description. These are our services mark instead of first name. So let's take a look if that works. It will now fetch the information. And as you can see, these are our services mark instead of first name. So you can see how you can use system variables. But if you want to use a custom user field, you will actually need to grab the NS ID of this user field. The way to do this is by going towards your chatbot, go towards your contents, and then from here you'll be able to fetch your user field's ID. So the way to do this is you can just hover over it and then copy it this way, right? So this is the var NS, this is the NS ID of a user field, or you can just go in by editing it and you will have the edit user field ID here, the var NS. You can just copy this by just pressing it and you will see a notification, data copied, and you can then use it inside of any variable. So if we wanted to use this df fallback, for example, inside of the Google Sheet, the only thing we need to do then is to open with two curly brackets, then just copy and paste that user ID, right? And then just close off with two curly brackets again. And this way it will populate that custom field inside of the response inside of your chatbot. So these are the ways that you can use Google Sheets to dynamically display data, but now also populate the user fields directly. Instead of needing to do this in the chatbot flow, you can just implement them inside of your Google Sheet and you will be able to auto-populate those amounts, those numbers, or whatever is inside that specific field inside the chatbot right away. The next update is an update towards the template section. And if we go back towards my test flow, you will be able to see that you are now able to generate a one-time link for your templates, which is a fantastic update because this allows you to just generate one link. Once used, this link will expire. So this template link cannot be shared with others, and you can use this to basically sell your templates. And soon as a person installed that template, that person is no longer able to use that same exact link because all links will be unique. There is an API documentation on the Swagger side of things. So if you go towards the uchat.com/API, you will be able to see the documentation. You will need to scroll all the way down until the template section. And from here, you will have two different kinds of APIs. One is to fetch all the different kinds of templates, and the other one is, as you can see, we need to generate a one-time link. So we can auto-populate and auto-create a single-use link for a specific template. Now, let's first test out the get template feature. If we take a look here, you can try it out directly on the Swagger documentation, of course, but you can also implement the number of items you want inside the response, as well as you can also search for a specific template name if you like to. If you want to leave those blank, you can just press execute. And from here, you will be able to see how the API call is working. So this is also a great way to know how this API call works, and you can implement it inside of an external request yourself. So we see the request URL, we see the headers. So we have two kinds of headers. One is for the accept application JSON, and the other one is for the authorization, where you will insert the bearer token. If we scroll down, you will see a status code with 200, and you will see all the specific templates that you can just scroll through and use to your own liking. The other API call is to generate a single one-time link. You can do so by just pressing the button, and from here you can just try it out and then implement the template NS. You can find the NS, the template ID, basically by going towards your own main dashboard, go to My Contents, My Bot Templates, and from here you will be able to pick any kind of template. Go to the right to the blue button and press the drop down, and you will be able to copy the template NS. So for example, if I want to generate a quiz template one-time link, I can go here, and if we go back towards the Swagger documentation and just paste that in, and now I'm also able to just set the days to expire the link on. And the default is 30, but you can choose any amount of days. So this is the way that you can generate single-use links. If you want to do it inside of a flow, it's really easy to do as well. If you can grab all of this information, you can put it inside of an external request. And from here, it will look a little bit like this. So we have an API request type of post. Then we have the HTTPS www.uchat.com.au, then /API/template. Then you will have the template NS ID. And this is being populated for me inside of a user field because I'm generating it from over a website. But you can just copy and paste a specific NS ID in here. For me, it's dynamic, so that's why I'm using a user field. And then it's / again, generate one-time link, and then a question mark, days equals, and then you can set the amount of days that you want to let this link expire. If we go over the headers, you will see that we have one header inside, and that's the accept, and then the value will be application JSON. And for the authorization, I'm just going with the authorizations tab, where you can select the type of authorization that you like to. In this case, UChat uses bearer token, so I'm using that, and then I'm just pasting in my API token. Then just test it out, and you will be able to map the response towards this system path. So we have a $.data.url, and then you can map that to a specific custom field of your own choosing. You can press save, and then this will be your way of generating single-use links directly inside of your chatbot. If you want to do it manually, however, you can also do that by going towards any kind of template. And you can then say we're going towards the drop down, and from here you can select the option manage one-time links. Once doing so, you can see all the different kinds of links. I just enabled this link right during a test, but I can also just delete this from the system, and then you will see that there are no new links inside. You can also generate a new link, a new one-time link directly from this dashboard. You can set it to expire in a certain amount of days. So let's say we only want to do 3 days, generate a new link. And from here, this link has been generated. You can press copy, and then you will be able to share it with anyone you like to. Again, you can always delete this link at the expired ad section under the trash bin icon. The last update actually involves the template feature as well, and it is specifically an update for installing templates that have a mini app installed inside of the flows. Well, if we go over the changelogs, you will see that now before the update, when users install a template and there are mini app actions. You will see that before this update, when a user installs a template and there are mini actions inside and used inside the template, these actions will be removed. But now those mini apps that are used will be installed to the workspace automatically, and those actions will be kept if the mini apps are free to download. Now, if you have a template with a mini app installed that is a paid version, then you will need to notify your users first to install the paid version of the mini app before installing the template. Otherwise, the paid version will not be installed during the template installation itself. We hope you like these kinds of updates. If you do press the like button on this video. And if you want to get notified about more of these kinds of videos and more educational videos as well, do subscribe towards the channel and press the bell notification to the right of it. For now, have a fantastic weekend, take care, and we'll talk soon.